Yeah, David Moyes has come through, bruv. You know, like that. This
He's
is
a Man United
your boy.
legend.
Absolute legend. I said it. Give the guy a statue. Like this is what we needed. He's doing the Lord's work. Like this is sensational from David Moyes, man. Do you know what I mean? And he's appreciated. He's definitely appreciated in Manchester now. Do you know what I'm saying? I think a few of our fans owe him an apology now. Like what a guy. Harry Maguire out. This is hey, bro. Our window is turning into something spectacular. I'm not gonna lie.
If you can get a decent fee for McTominay, like, I don't know, 30, 40 mil, and you've brought in what, Mount, a new goalkeeper, potentially Amrabat soon, a new number 9, and you've sold Maguire and McTominay, and you've got rid of De Gea.
And we'll get rid of probably Donny van de Beek and Fred. Yeah, and we got rid of what's his name to Nottingham Forest as well, Langer for some money as well. We get
That was like 15 mil when it was something like that.
15, 20 mil or something. Yeah. Like now we done all right. Like
it's a great window. Like if you're a United fan, surely you've got to be happy, right?
So the window is doing what it's meant to be doing, bro. I'll be real. Like when we're actually looking at this right now, to think that we could get in Amrabat, a centre back, and potentially even another centre midfielder as well. Yeah, this window's looking decent. You know what I mean? It's looking.
What's the expectation if you get rid of some of this dead wood and you bring in Amrabat, and let's say you bring in another central midfielder just to kind of for competition? What's the expectation going into next season?
Well, from me, if we get Amrabat plus one midfielder and another centre back, we need to be challenging. To be fair, we need to be.
There's a lot of talk about who's that the Bayern Munich centre back or the right back.
Upava.
Yeah, is that
I don't want him. He's trash. He's trash. We've been linked.
I'll take him at Spurs.
We've been linked with a Nice centre back. I want him. Do you know?
I see who else you've been linked with.
Who's that?
Tapsoba.
Yeah, I know. But I think we're looking at the Nice centre back properly, though, isn't it? We've been linked with Lavia, but I don't think so. I'll take Amrabat. To be fair, if Lavia is available, if we could get Amrabat, Lavia, and Todibo, then that we have to challenge. We have to at least finish second, innit? If we get those 3 players. But
do you think if you sign, if you get, let's say you get Amrabat, Lavia, and a centre back, do you think you're stronger than Arsenal?
Yeah, I do. If we get that, do you know what I mean? I expect to finish above Arsenal if we get 2 central midfielders and a centre back.
And then it's just about closing that gap between you and City.
100%. I don't think we could win the title because I think City are far away from everyone else. Like even though Arsenal beat them on penalties, yeah, like they played Arsenal off the park and they didn't get out first gear. Like, do you know what I mean? So
facts.
like City weren't trying and they were toying with Arsenal at times. Do you know what I mean? So like I still think that game showed me how far City are away from people, and now they're being linked with Paqueta.
I was about to say that.
City, I said it. City are going to sign players. City are just kind of waiting to see where they are, and then they're just going to make their moves late in the window. I still expect City to bring in at least 2 more players.
I think they've already got the best defense in Europe now. I think if they get Paqueta, I mean they've put a package together for 70 million. Apparently his release clause next year is 85 million. So Man City are going to go close to 80. Like under Guardiola, Paqueta will be. Listen, he will be a serious player. They've already got gems all over the pitch, but they're adding another one, and they're talking about getting Paqueta and Elise, getting both of them.
Bro. But City are gonna do what they need to do, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna do what they need to do. City, we can't get nowhere near City. But if we can get 2 central midfielders and a centre back, I'm not accepting anything below second place, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a great season. Did you see any of the highlights from our game against Barca? We played Oli Skip in this advanced 8 role.
Did he do well though?
He scored a brace. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Bruv. Hey, that's
honestly
crazy.
We played them off the park, or maybe not played them off the park, but we were We played very
No,
well.
I heard you were playing well, though. I can't lie. Like I did see people saying that you lot were balling. The thing is with Spurs, yeah, this season is gonna be similar to kind of how Liverpool were with Brendan, like when they were scoring bare goals in it, but conceding bare goals. I feel like that's what you lot are gonna do in it. I think you lot are gonna be involved in some of the most entertaining matches this season, even if you
A
don't
game
get the
like Tottenham
results.
against Brighton.
Yeah, even if you don't get the results you want, I think you're gonna be involved in some proper classic football matches in it, because it just looks like you lot are just gonna go for the throat every game, and even if you lose, like you're gonna lay gloves on people in it.
People are already calling, like Spurs fans are calling this manager imposter Coglu. Like for me, it's wild. Like we haven't had a great preseason. Let's be honest. We lost against West Ham's kids. We then played the Singapore Sailors. We then absolutely disintegrated Shakhtar Donetsk.
Was that actually their name, the Singapore Sailors, or is that you just taking
Lion City Sailors? But they might as well be the Singapore Sailors.
I was thinking if that's really their name.
We then absolutely obliterated Shakhtar Donetsk. Like Harry Kane, one of his best performances I've seen in a while from a number 9. Passing, goals, penalties, heading, everything. We didn't go up against a Barcelona team where, bearing in mind, we was missing Royale, Udogie, Romero, Kane, Maddison, and Son. And we played, our up front was Solomon, Richarlison, and Perisic. And Richarlison did all the dog work, holding it up. You know, he was prepared to have a battle with Eric Garcia and Koundé and Arejo. He did all the dog work. We actually played it out from the back. I was like, am I watching Spurs? Like the way we were playing out from the back, it was like when Pochettino was like 2 or 3 years under the role. And this guy's not even only had 5 or 6 weeks with the squad. We've only played 4 games or 5 games. Bissouma, by the way, Bissouma was unbelievable.
And that's what I was wondering, because this guy, yeah, he's like a new signing for you lot if he gets it right, because he's one hell of a player. Like I feel about him, yeah, similar to how I feel about Mason Greenwood for Man United, in a sense that like he's like a new signing for the club, even though he's been there. Like man wasn't really involved last season, so because of that, it's like having a brand new player.
Yeah, like he yesterday he was. Bearing in mind you're coming up against, they played Gavi, and they played Pedri, Frankie de Jong, and Romeo in midfield. And this guy looked, well, for me, he was the best player on the pitch. Like he was head and shoulders above everyone else. He was, you know, he's press resistant. He's fantastic on the ball. He's technically gifted. He's got leadership qualities as well. You know, I'd even say, look, if Kane's going to be the captain and Kane stays, give him the vice captain. Because like he was head and shoulders above everyone. I know it's a pre-season game. People will say, oh, yeah, you still lost. But for 80 minutes of that game, it was like we looked like we were on Barcelona's level. And then all of a sudden, they brought on this 16-year-old and he just pulled Reguilon's pants down. Like it was a murder scene on that. To the point of where, you know, where a player's faking an injury, you know, they've been cooked that bad. They're like, oh, my hamstring's just gone. Let me just walk off the bit. This 16-year-old, I can't remember what his name was. He absolutely tore him to shreds. I mean, this guy was he was 16 years old, and he come on and he looked Barcelona. Yamal, that's it. Yamal was Barcelona's best player. Every goal come from his side. I mean, Reguilon looked like, and then Dyer jogging back, but we got smoked by a 16-year-old, so it's pretty long.